Yo, welcome back to Windy City Smack Talk. I am DJ, your host as always, and this is the Raw from June 23rd, 2025 review. At first, I really wasn't even going to do it because it really was a nothing show. Very kind of like meh, borderline kind of bad. Raw starts out with Seth Rollins in the ring doing his stuck dizzle, talking his shit, flanked by Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed. Same old stick here. You know, he comes out, he's a visionary, the blah, blah, blah. I've created everything, created NXT, created God, created Seth Rollins, created Roman Reigns, CM Punk, whatever. The same shit that I know what's best for you. A very vanilla promo for me. It really didn't grasp me. It didn't say, ooh, he didn't tell me anything I didn't already know. One of the things we got to talk about is this group. I think it's safe to say this group is a failure. And it's not because, Seth is the leader. It's just that they're trying, I feel like, too hard to cosplay Evolution, the original. What made Evolution amazing and a great fucking group, in my opinion. First of all, the music was badass. That's Motorhead, may he rest in peace. Just absolutely phenomenal. But you had Triple H, which was an established champion, Ric Flair, the wily vet, and you had your two upstarts with Batista and Randy Orton. Now, obviously, Triple H and Ric Flair were the veterans. They knew what to do, and they groomed these kids to get them to where they needed to be, in the ring and outside the ring. And Rick and Triple H were great talkers. They knew how to get in and make things happen, if you will. Now, you look at this group, you have Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. Now, obviously, Seth is a Triple H in this equation. I would think Bron Breakker is Batista, and I guess by default, Bronson Reed is Randy Orton, and then you got Paul Heyman doing the Ric Flair, but Paulie's not taking no bumps. So if you look in this group, there's only one true talker, and that's Paul Heyman. And he's the guy that's not going to take any physical damage. Seth is okay at best, but he regurgitates a lot of the same shit that he says. So there's nothing really to really grab a hold to and really become accustomed to. The promo to me was brutal. It was, like I said, the same shit. And the group just don't make any sense. It's like, my problem is, first of all, Bronson Reed was a good choice. I like him in the group. I made a video about who I thought should be in the group, and I had Austin Theory, which I still think will be perfect for that because he kind of like that Randy Orton-esque type of character that could really benefit from it, and he's a great worker, great wrestler. He would fit well, and I can see Paul and them molding him. It's there. Bron Breakker is confusing because he was already established. He was a multiple NXT champion and all that, right? He's like, I think, a 2-time IC belt, looking like he's ready for the main event. He's ready already. Getting into a group was to groom these guys for that. So I know some people are like, well, that's smarter for Seth Rollins to get a Bron Breakker and a Bronson Reed because those are his biggest threats. No, it don't make sense. They're carrying his bags when they can obviously beat him. Doesn't make sense. So, like always in my review, I will talk about the things that stood out to me. I'm not going to go play by play and like, oh, you missed it. I ain't going to do that shit. Watch the show, go back on Netflix or whatever. Filler-wise, there was a lot of Judgment Day filler. They have been hit by the injury bug like a motherfucker. Matches are canceled due to all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East. I mean, prayers to everybody. We're in a really dark, dangerous time right now. I don't think Night of Champions is going to happen. I don't know if it's been postponed officially. You see so much shit on the internet, so you really don't know what to believe. But the match between AJ Styles and Dominic isn't happening. I think it's happening the following week on Raw, something like that. Because Dominic is hurt, kayfabe type of stuff. Because reports are saying that if they did go over there, AJ Styles wanted none of that. And if that's true, God bless AJ Styles because he's a family man and he ain't worth risking that. So I totally respect that, Mr. Styles. So matches that stood out or just didn't make any fucking sense to me. Number one, Bron Breakker defeated Penta. Why did this even fucking happen? I know that he's been kind of involved in that stuff, but you don't need Penta to take losses like this. If Penta looks like you're getting ready to groom him for a potential IC champion, you want to keep him strong. He has the interest, he has the gimmick, he has the catchphrase. It's like he can't take losses like this. You could have had Bron Breakker fight any fucking body, but you just had him go out there and just fucking destroy Penta. I don't get that. That booking makes no sense to me. He's supposed to be your over guy. Why are you beating the shit out of him? Like, literally, what the fuck? Like, it just didn't make any sense. But whatever. Kudos, Paul. Next, you had Jade Cargill defeated Roxy Perez. Here's the thing. First of all, it's no secret. Roxy Perez is absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorite wrestlers, female wrestlers on the planet right now. Jade is the prodigy. Jade has the look, the stature, the voice. Yes, can she improve in the ring? Of course, but she's only going to get better being in there with better wrestlers that will have her rise to the occasion. But she's going to possibly win this tournament due to storyline purposes, which all of them. But the end game is like I think I said a year ago, is going to be Jade versus Bianca. So they're going to set the seeds in this really well. This was a decent match. It wasn't as bad as I feel everyone was saying it was. But yeah, is it parts where Jay can improve? Absolutely. But the more she's in there with quality talent, she's going to get better. So let's just take a break. I just don't like when people just jump on people, man. It's wrestling it's art form. I get it. You're like, oh, she's making all the money, but okay, she's trying. You can't. I know. Some people, it takes a minute, but I feel like the more she's in there with better talent, as she is, like going to Raw, which I feel is a better suited for her, just for her stature and how she kind of wrestles and her aura. She's a Raw superstar, and I think she will flourish there. I hope they transfer her to Raw or something like that. Obviously, the match of the night was fucking Cody versus Jey. This was phenomenal. This was probably one of the most better matches of Raw of the last couple months. Great main event. These two just put on a clinic. You could tell the respect that these guys have each other in the ring and out of the ring. He hit a super Cody cutter, countering the Uso splash. There were spears, there were super kicks, there were everything that you can ask for. This was good. A clean win for Cody. Jey took the loss. I don't know where Jey goes after this. What do Jey do? I don't know. This is a little tough here. Cody is look like he's geared up to fight his old legacy partner Randy Orton. That should be an absolute banger. I'm really waiting for this match. This match is going to be fun. It's going to be fire. Is this where Cody kind of digs a little deep? Maybe give us shades of Homelander Cody. Who knows? I'm really anxious for that match that's coming up very soon. We also had Bayley versus Becky for the Women's IC Championship. I just, I didn't like this. I don't like putting Lyra as the third wheel. She held that fucking championship down. And it's like the Bayley and Becky just kind of overshadowed that. It's going to be a triple threat match, which I didn't want. I wanted a trilogy with her and Becky, and she beating Becky, and then you can find a way to insert Bayley, because Bayley, those two star powers overshadow Lyra. Lyra ends up costing Bayley the match, disqualification, this, that, the other. Bayley looking like, hey, what the fuck? This was my moment. But Lyra like, well, motherfucker, I got her, I had it too. It makes it too convoluted. So I feel bad for Lyra here, but it was like, we shouldn't have got this match this soon. I felt like at least you could have had Lyra try to run it back, and then Bayley kind of interferes that way. Bayley should have been the one interfering here, not the other way around. That's just my opinion. That was a little confusing. The promos here. Goldberg did a pre-tape, fucking interview with Michael Cole, which I fucking hate them things. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is great and this is amazing. And it looks real, and he just basically Goldberg's beat the fuck out of him, blah 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 blah. But promos that won this week was fucking Gunther, and that's what I'm talking about. They have to let Gunther just talk. You could tell that was him. And he's like, motherfucker, it ain't 1999 no more. It's 2025, and I'm the man. And I loved it. I love Gunther's passion when they just turn him loose, and he said, "I'm winning the champion. You got to come through me." And again, I still think this match is complete bullshit. I still don't want to see Goldberg get a title match, but if it's the other way around, where Goldberg loses, and you really make, and like I said, I know I said last week it's tough. It's like it's a lose-lose for Gunther, but it kind of still is. But Gunther should just go out there and just really dominate him like he kind of did Pat McAfee. Let Goldberg get some hope spots, some good offense, but overall, it should never be like in doubt. It should never be like Gunther's in trouble. As soon as they do that, they could be fucked really bad potentially. Like I said, this show was like really middle of the road. I mean, there was so much filler in this episode. You had the shenanigans of the Judgment Day, and like I said, the injury bug has kicked the shit out of him. Like, man, I'm gonna tell you something. People can say what they want, but Liv Morgan is that girl. She is that woman. Because her not there, that's like a different fucking group. And it's like really a bummer because there was so much really looking forward to with Roxy and her feuding, and maybe, she Snake and get Dominic or whatever. It's like that really threw that in a free fall. They're trying to pump Rhea and Raquel, not Raquel. Yeah, Raquel Rodriguez. And like nobody fucking cares. And it's like, it's so bad. Because I know I keep saying it. I know I say it like once a week on here. Like, Raquel was a big deal at one point. Like I said, she got that mysterious illness, and and she had to take some time off. And we all know that, out of sight, out of mind. But damn, you know what I'm saying? And it's like maybe this could potential feud two big girls going in there just whooping some ass. Maybe this can reestablish her. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise that lives on the shelf, and maybe Raquel can take more of an assertive role in the Judgment Day. Maybe that's something to do. Possibly. The New Day made a appearance on here, and nobody fucking cares. It's just crickets. They supposed to be fighting Finn and JD for the tag team titles next week. So I'm like, okay, 2 heel groups going. So who the fuck? So that shows you there's not enough babyface tag teams on Raw if you keep having 2 heels fight for the title every fucking week. So it's like, who do you cheer for? Why should you care? It's just a really crazy show. Apparently, like Gabriel got an injury, so maybe we're gonna see more of a Grande Americana. We saw a God damn it, what the hell is his name? Tiffany Stratton. That shows you Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend, fiance. I can't even think of his name. Oh, Kaiser. We saw a Kaiser sighting in the back with that. So I don't know where that's going. It's just good to see he still exists. He's a great wrestler. I want to see him soon. So like I said, guys, it was a middle of the road show for me. No Punk, which was like, the fuck? It's like you got cooked and you didn't say anything. Okay, whatever. So it is what it is. Like I said, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and man, just hopefully SmackDown can be better. And we're out of here.